All right, so today we're going to take a look at X and Y intercepts. This is just another very convenient way that we can actually graph a line, especially if that line is not in slope-intercept form, which is the last couple of videos, the couple sections that we were practicing there. An intercept, just to give you the definition here, is the point at which the line crosses one of the axes. So the X intercept crosses the x-axis. The y-intercept crosses the y-axis. To find the x-intercept, we make y0 in the equation and we solve it. This will give a coordinate of the solution, whatever we got there, and 0, because we made y0, so we automatically know it's 0 and we have to solve it to find out what x is going to be. And to find the y-intercept, we make x0 in the equation and solve this, and we'll get the coordinate 0, because x is now 0, and then the solution for the y-intercept. So why do we make one of the variables 0 to find the intercept? Okay, so let's think about this. So we make y0 for the x-intercept because it is on the x-axis. So we want to find x when we have not moved up or down. So, that first one when I said we make y0, that's because we're not moving up or down. We're going to be at 0 there because I want to stay on the x-axis. I just want to know, am I moving right or left and how far? And then same idea with the y-intercept. What is y when we have not moved right or left? So I put 0 in for x, so I don't move right or left. I'm on the axis. All I'm going to do is move straight up or straight down. So that's why we make 1, 0, and then we solve. Okay, so and again, here is looking at the graph on this one. So again, if I want to know, this is the x-axis, and if I want to know where the line is going to cross that, then I'm not going to move up or down. I'm going to either just go to the right, which is positive, or I'm going to go to the left, which is negative. But my y-coordinate has to be 0, because otherwise I wouldn't be on that axis anymore. I'd be, up here on a different line or down here on a different line. I want to be on that axis. Same thing with the y. So just kind of a little visual there. All right, so we have the equation of a line is given below. So 7x minus 4y equals negative 28. So if you notice, if you've been watching those slope-intercept videos, or if we, have just gone through this in class, this definitely does not look like slope-intercept because that's y equals mx plus b. So that means that, you have y equals, and you have the rest of the equation. Well, now we have x and y mixed on the same side. We have a constant that it's equal to. This is called standard form. When we have a coefficient x, either plus or minus a coefficient y, equals a constant. So this is a standard form. So it's a little easier. Instead of trying to manipulate this and turn it into y equals mx plus b, we can just use the intercepts. So we're going to make, for the x-intercept, we're going to make y 0. So I'm using this equation, 7x minus 4y equals negative 28. And I'm just, instead of y, I have 0 here. So now 7x minus 4 times 0, well, that would be 0. So if you notice, it just disappears. Anything times 0 doesn't affect it. That doesn't change it. So it just kind of drops away, and we have equals negative 28. In order to solve this, I just want to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 7 because I want to undo the multiplication that's happening with 7x. So 7 divided by 7 cancels down to 1. Anything divided by itself is 1. So I have x equals, and negative 28 divided by 7 is 4. So the x-intercept for this line is negative 4. So now I'm going to do the same thing for the y-intercept. But now, remember, I'm making x 0 because I want it to stay on the y-axis. So now this guy kind of disappears because 7 times 0 is 0. So that's not going to affect the equation. So that's the other nice thing about making something 0 when you're using multiplication here, because it's going to cancel something out really quickly. So I have negative 4 equals negative 28, and same thing I did here. I'm going to undo the multiplication of negative 4 and y. So I'm going to divide by negative 4 on both sides. Make sure you take the negative with it. That's important. It belongs to that 4, and we don't want to leave it with the y. I want to know what just y equals. So I have to take the whole negative 4. So negative 4 divided by negative 4 cancels. Negative 28 divided by negative 4 is positive 7. Two negatives make a positive. And then as you can see, it automatically threw it up here. I need to slow that down a little bit. But here's the 7, and then it automatically connected it. When you're doing this on, Alex, it's going to have, you put the 2 points, and then there's going to be a line tool where you click, and it's going to snap that line for you. So this was X and Y intercepts. given an equation in standard form. I hope that helped, and I will see you in the next video.